And a good afternoon to everybody who is watching us here on KXAN Live. I'm Will Dupree coming to you from the KXAN Live studio on this Wednesday afternoon. We appreciate you joining us on this cloudy day there in downtown Austin. The weather is one story, of course, but we are going to talk about something a little fun today. You know, there is a saying that has come with Austin for many, many years, and that is that it's being called the live music capital of the world. A lot of us here in Austin pride ourselves on being able to go to shows, support musicians at pretty much any point in the day or even the year, going to see a lot of those shows and musicians. And we have a new story that went up on our website that we hope that you'll check out, and we're going to have a conversation about today. The headline there reads, Community, Connections, and Chords, How Austin Maintains Its Live Music Reputation. The reporter behind this story is again joining us for our conversation, and she is here, so please welcome in Annabella Cooper. Annabella, thank you so much for being here. We do appreciate it.
Hi, Will. Thank you so much for having me.
And one thing that people may not know is that you're one of our interns this semester.
Yes, I am. I'm a senior journalism student at the University of Texas, and I have loved my time so far here at KXAN.
Well, we are so excited that you are here, that you shared this story, because it kind of takes a more in-depth look at where Austin stands in terms of its music scene. So I just want to ask you really quickly, let's get started by asking how this idea came to be. How did this come about?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was thinking of a pitch idea, and I really wanted to focus on something that I enjoyed, and I was thinking of all the different categories and the industries that are interesting to me, and I came up with food and music, and I was trying to think of something that was special about Austin with those two. And of course I thought about how Austin is the live music capital of the world, and so I wanted to see what local musicians think of that and how venues and different organizations in Austin really support that idea and keep the name going. And so that is how I kind of got into the pitch idea.
And during your reporting, you actually got to talk to some up-and-coming musicians, a few bands that perform a lot in the UT area, some of the West Campus bars and things like that. So talk to me about what those musicians said about starting their careers in this scene here in Austin.
Yeah, absolutely. So I met West 22nd, the band, and they are a band that originated in the streets of West Campus, or in apartments of West Campus. And they got started. They came from Georgia, or some of the members of the band came from Georgia, and they really wanted to get into the music scene when they came to Austin because of its name. And so they found members that would have jam sessions with them, and they started to reach out to people about wanting to make a band and start a band. And so that's exactly what they did. They posted flyers, they held auditions, and just by meeting different people, they got to form their band West 22nd. And then after that, they wanted to start playing. And so not just inside their own apartment, but at venues and places that people were going to hear their music. And so that's when they started to reach out to venues and mainly places around UT. One of their first plays they had was at Hole in the Ball, which is right on Guadalupe. And so that was really special for them to start to get their careers started in their band, playing more gigs.
Yeah, and what's so interesting to me is reading your story and them sharing their reactions about how cool it was, frankly, to just be able to launch their career and perform around Austin.
Yeah, I think they were really excited. They love the community and the people that they've met, especially getting to play for people their age and getting connect with them on that level. That really made playing in Austin so much more special, because then they got kind of the ball rolling and they got to move a little bit more. And through connections, mutual connections, and then reaching out by like cold emails, they were able to kind of do a little bit more and work their way up in the venue sizes.
I mean, there are just hundreds of spaces where a lot of these people can just get started and try to perform and build a following and share their music. But you looked into some of the resources that are available here locally, and one organization that a lot of people may have heard of here in the community is HAM. So I just wanted you to remind us about what that organization does and what that stands for exactly.
Yes, HAM is the Health Alliance for Austin Musicians, and I got to talk to one of their representatives, Nikki, and it is really an organization that values local musicians and how hard it can be to pay their bills, to go shopping for clothes, and food even, all the necessities you need in life. And sometimes there's just not enough to support themselves for things like insurance and dental care. And so HAM helps provide to find these services, and they have resources for musicians to be able to pay for those different services. And so it's really just an organization that is helping musicians stay musicians. And they even have different events such as Ham Day, where they have a whole day of live music in different parts of the city for those musicians to really support their careers and benefit from being a part of the organization.
And a musician who's performed for quite a while here in the community actually talked to you too about some of the benefits that he has experienced with being, not only performing here locally, but also working with Ham.
Yes, James Bookert, he's known as musically as San Gabriel. I was researching some local musicians from Austin, and I found him, and I had read a little bit about his story, and I thought it was so inspiring that he connected with Ham. And so many years ago, he had his first seizure, and he did not have any insurance, and so he went to the hospital and then had to go to work the next day and work on paying those hospital bills, and he just didn't know what to do. And so he got in contact with Ham. He played with his old band for Ham Day, and then he started playing on his own. And then a few years ago, he had his second seizure, and that is when he actually was supported by Ham, and he had insurance so that he could pay for his medical bills and go see a neurologist. And I think the relief, you could see it when I was talking to him, that he was just so thankful to have people support him like that.
I mean, it's truly a wonderful organization. They provide such a benefit for a lot of people working here in the community. Another little nugget that you included in your story is that you actually went to the Broken Spoke, another favorite here around town, and talked to the woman who is the daughter of the founders of that bar.
Yes, I did. It was so wonderful. I'd been to the Broken Spoke before. I've been to go dance and listen to their live music, and so it was really interesting and super cool. Like, those are just like the words I can use to describe getting to hear the behind-the-scenes stories about all the different musicians that have been there and what Jenny has gone through as the daughter of the owners. And so getting to see how they support musicians every week, because they still have their live music shows all the time throughout the week, and they have their regulars that come, they have their regular performers and their musicians that come, and hearing how they are there to support them is just really great.
The staple remains here in the community, which is wonderful. Annabella Cooper has been talking with us about her story, which the headline right here reads, Community Connections and Chords, How Austin Maintains Its Live Music Reputation. You can check this out right now on our website, kxan.com. It's trending on our website, on our homepage, so please check that out if you can. But Annabella, I appreciate you, doing this story and talking with us about, what you found out, maybe digging a little bit deeper into the music community here than you had originally. But before we let you go, you said that you're a senior at the University of Texas at Austin studying journalism, so I just have to ask, as graduation is approaching ever closer, what your dreams are. What would you like to do next?
I think what I love about journalism so much is getting to talk with people and hear their stories, and then getting to share their stories in a unique way. And so after graduation, that is exactly what I want to do, whether that's in broadcast or in print. I want to continue meeting people that inspire others and to be able to share their stories.
Well, you are well on your way with that, and we hope this is just the start of many great things to come, and that there's some good things down the road here after graduation. So we appreciate you being with us for this semester. We loved having you here at KXAN, and maybe we'll see you back here in these halls one day making a paycheck with that.
Well, thank you so much, Will, for having me today.
All right, that is Annabella Cooper, a senior at UT, who has been an intern with us here at KXAN News. Again, you can read her story, which you can see right here on our website, kxan.com. Thank you all again for watching here on our live stream service. We appreciate that. We hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Once again, I'm Will Dupree in the KXAN Live Studio. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.